A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secret Revealed Aftersought. And so now, I'm pretty much gone down to the final stretch. Because today's review is, wow, of course it's going to be cold out. Absolutely. Here in late December, I can't stress this enough. But even though I'm in fact a more evolved type, I might as well say, the cold is only going to keep getting worse from here. So do your part and stay warm. Meanwhile, I still got some things left to do here in Aftersought before it all goes. And as a result, I'd like to go on ahead and bring in the Ultra Blaster that has pretty much drawn a few lines. This is basically the Ultra 3, the third blaster in the series. But it was actually one of the most recent that we were able to have in the lineup itself. Of course, there was the Project Pharaoh and Dorado, both of which are 8 and 9, as I'm going to refer to them as when I pick those up. Sooner or later I will, but for the time being, this is the 3. This is pretty much the most recent Ultra Blaster that I have in my collection. And there's no 6 or 7 at the moment. It's currently unknown whether we'll have a 7 or not, or if the 6 is even announced. But in which case, I just like to say that there's quite a lot of stuff that I gotta talk about this blaster. And more importantly, I'm gonna have to continue talking about Drac from the channel Lord Draconical, because the second I first picked this blaster up, I just did not know what to expect. Was Drac actually lying to us that time? Or was Drac actually giving us something worth avoiding? Well, that's one thing to get to know about. And there's another, pretty much. So right off the bat, the Ultra 3 is just what you would expect. It's a pump shotgun-based blaster with an integrated mag well that's capable of holding up to 8 Ultra darts. Even though it only comes with 5 darts. It's not an uncommon feat to have not as many darts to be able to fill them up all the way. We kind of remember at the time when the Hailfire didn't come with 8 clips, as well as the amount of darts to fill in all 8 clips that would be capable of fitting inside of its Lazy Susan style turntable on the bottom. And not to mention how the Diatron used to be as well. So, in which case, this is pretty much what you need to know. The Ultra 3 blaster basically takes these kinds of Ultra darts. Although, I do happen to have some Sonic Screamer darts as well. I'll just call them the Screamer darts because, well, apparently the original ones, they don't have their own name as well. So I'm just going to call them the Flyers. Now, I probably should note right away that Drac, I cannot trust that you completely, flip this over like that. You so totally lied about this because, here's the thing. What you did, of course, was intentionally put your index finger outside of the trigger guard, and, by the way, that's not what you're supposed to be doing, because the purpose of a trigger guard, which is this piece right here, if you don't notice, it's this, in like the yellowish sort of thing, golden plastic. The purpose of a trigger guard is to avoid having your finger crushed. And Drac supposedly crushed the index finger by doing this. Well, check this out. Look at how much clearance there is between the grip and my finger. I mean, why? What was that all about, Drac? You really flipped us over like that. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like my skepticism is really getting to me about Drac's, review on the 3. I mean, it's badly designed. Well, I digress, because the thing is, despite what you claim that people might be going for this instead of get this, I mean, it's obvious that this pump grip on the bottom is actually supposed to be the grip, and not this. The magwell doesn't double as the pump grip. I mean, I'd be surprised if someone actually went ahead and made that design choice, but it's obvious that this is the pump grip and not this, because you can see basically these slits right on the side. That's supposed to be the sled. That is basically how you slide it back and forth. Not to mention, wow, that one hit hard. That kind of brings me to my next topic, right on the 3 itself. Based on Drak's point of view on this blaster, I will admit that if Drak was actually correct on that part of the video, where the chronograph apparently shows an average of 105 feet per second for every ultra dart that's fired. Oh, and I'm out now, so what a coincidence. Well, anyways, to reload it, it's as simple as pulling this back and putting the darts in like so. Of course, it's nice to have its own little dart storage, so this way you can pretty much go in and pick up ultra darts like this. Okay. Well, anyways. So here's the bottom line. Drak, you're the one who lied to us about this whole thing itself, because I'm just gonna reiterate this one more time. Of course, that's how you fired the blaster, but that right there just goes to show either you lied to us about the pump grip injuring your finger, or maybe Hasbro might have designed this a little differently so it doesn't go too far back. But either way, you're supposed to have it within the trigger guard and not outside of it, because that's what the purpose of this thing is. And I should also note that, well, Drak apparently hurt another finger while pushing the pump grip forward. Well, if you look on this side right here, I'm going to hold it just like how Drak did. Look at that. Seriously, just look at this. There's still a couple millimeters of clearance here. I'm wearing gloves, so of course it's going to make my hands seem a little bit thicker, and I'm not getting too much dexterity out of it, but the point is, either you lied, or Hasbro might have done something about this. So, either way, I just don't even know what to do with you anymore, Drak. I mean, I'm dead serious about this point. I feel like just straight up deleting my replies to some of your videos, unsubscribing to your channel, and pretty much setting up a little campaign to have it removed from the internet permanently. I'm dead serious. Dead serious. What were you thinking? So, anyways, I still got a few more ultra darts left that I can probably put inside the magwell, but I don't know. I'm kind of just delaying the fun here at this point. The real fun, I suppose, is how well can the Ultra 3 blaster do with invisible integration. I can't stress this enough, though. I mean, the blaster is almost perfect in terms of its performance capabilities, as well as its overall function. I mean, it doesn't injure your hands like Drak showed us. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't ever want to watch your channel ever again. Any of your videos, I'm pretty much saying bye-bye to you forever. So, anyways, here's the real fun. Invisible integration. So, I'm basically just going to go ahead and put in a couple invisibles in. Here's one. And two of them. And let's see how this goes. Let's try it on this side here, just so you can see it alright. Well, okay. For a long shotgun like this, that happens to have its own integrated magazine into it, I'm pretty much surprised at what this thing can do. And for the record, I pretty much just can't really stress this enough based on the Ultra darts and like the Ultra lineup as a whole, because you really gotta avoid the liars around here, the corporate scammers and the like out there. However, this is not one of those. From what I already know and understand about the Ultra lineup, it's a new paradigm shift and a new path that Hasbro is attempting to take down just so they can probably get themselves on a better edge of their profiting margin, but the Ultra lineup actually is a good thing. The darts can actually get up to 120 feet or even more. You just gotta learn to handle the blasters correctly. Drac Thalassa of Tucker, Georgia really needs to know that nothing out there was correct. Nothing that had been shown in any of those videos. I mean, I just don't even know where to go at this point anymore. Based on this whole entire anomaly that I've been having with Drac about the Ultra lineup itself. I mean, you know what though? I'm not really going to give up hope here though. Maybe Drac will actually stop doing this kind of behavior, or just never again pull us off like that, or catfish us in any single way like that. So, in conclusion, the Ultra 3 is just another highly misunderstood blaster that pretty much had a concept that was certainly not doomed from the start. Its design is actually pretty good, and of course its performance is just astoundingly well. Compared to many of the other Ultra blasters, this one right here could probably deal the highest based on its range claims, or basically just its usage on chronography. So, of course, I'd certainly recommend picking this thing up, since it is in fact on sale at Target. That was when I picked up this blaster, but also, it was when I picked up another blaster. Yet another new release for 2020. But, tune in tomorrow, and you will see just that. You know exactly what I'm talking about really soon. But until then, if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.